Hello guys, so this is the situation of my Jeep now. As you can see the following warning in my Jeep engine cluster. Engine light is also there, vehicle not in park warning, gear lever position indicator blinking, and it's also showing park sensor unavailable, and it says to service electronic stability control, and I can't switch off the engine also. First I thought it's the transmission related some issue, maybe the sensor is faulty or something like that. Even I tried to make the car in neutral override position by pulling this cable. It's located underneath the center console or under the armrest. I even pulled this cable to make the car in neutral position, but the car doesn't start and it doesn't crank, and it's also showing the same warning again. The unlucky part is, since the car is not starting, the battery voltage is supposed to show on the cluster is not also showing, so it's showing like this. So it's something related to the battery itself. So I'm going to charge my battery and see whether I can tackle this situation. So let's see whether it will be success or not. So let's start. First I will show you the location of the battery in this car, in the Jeep. Before doing any maintenance on the battery, to change the battery or to check the voltage of the battery, you have to move the seat to the forward position. Since the car has some charge left, it's easy to move the seat right now. After it will be difficult. Then you have to come to the rear side. You have to open the rear door, and this is the location of the battery. The battery is located underneath this, see. So there is two battery, primary and a secondary. One is called primary, the other one is called start stop battery or secondary or auxiliary. This Jeep has two. I think most of the Chrysler group cars like Jeep, Dodge, Ram, everything has two battery, and most of the modern cars have two battery. Let me check the battery voltage. So guys, before doing any maintenance, I want to check how much is the voltage in the main battery. I connected my multimeter and it's showing 8 volt. It's supposed to be 12 volt. So I am sure the first reason is the battery low. That's why the car is not starting. So let me see whether I can jump start, or I will try to somehow I have to start the car, so the car will charge itself and make the battery 12 volt. So first let me try to jump start. Before that I want to check the voltage of the start stop battery also, the secondary battery also. Let me check it. So guys, that start stop battery has a 12 volt, so that is good. Only the primary battery is having low voltage. So now let me jump start it, or let me try to charge my car through another car and see what is the result. Guys, I tried almost like a half an hour jump starting, but the car is not starting. I run the other car which has a good battery for a long time to see whether the battery gets charged. But it is not success. That means the battery is not charging with the jump start process. So now let me remove this battery and let me try to charge it with the charger which I bought from Amazon and see whether the battery will get charged. First I am trying to remove this auxiliary battery with this ratchet and a 10 mm socket. To replace this we need a 13 mm socket and 10 mm socket plus a ratchet handle only. It's very easy to replace. Nut which is underneath, for that you need deep socket. So once you remove there is one clamp which is holding, so once you remove that nut, the clamp will be free. Then it's free to remove the battery. So this is the clamp which is showing, this is the one. So remove this. So once you remove that, then move the negative side of the battery, negative terminal away from the battery. Try to remove the negative first, then remove the other nut and the battery will be free. Guys, that's also a failure. I can't recharge the battery. See, the battery I charged for almost like a 2 hour. It's showing 14 volt. As soon as I disconnect the battery charger, it's showing back to 8 and 7 only. So I am sure this battery is unserviceable now. I can't reuse it again. I inquired to Mopar. They have this battery, but it's costly, 2500 dirhams around for this battery, because the Mopar batteries are costly. And it's a good battery. It's a gel battery. It's a non-flammable. Lot of properties are there, that's why it's costly. But I am trying with this battery, since I don't want to spend 2500 for the battery. It's made in China, Mopar battery. I am going to replace with this battery. So guys, I am going to start car and see whether the problem is solved. Let's see the moment of truth. Guys, the car start, there is no other problem. It's running smooth, but still it's showing these two warnings. Let me try to restart again and see. One warning went, but still it's showing parking sense unavailable. Now I have to reset this. I don't have a proper OBD reader and like a resetting tool. That resetting plus other things I will mention, or I will put another video. So far the car is good. So if you have a Dodge or Ram or any Chrysler group cars, if you have this warning, please change your battery. See, now in the cluster the battery voltage is showing 14 volt. So it was the problem with the battery only. I don't know why the Chrysler group designed the Jeep like this. When the battery is down, it's showing all the warning related to transmission. Even though the car is in the parking, it's showing car not in park. I mean the gear lever is in the park mode, and still it's showing all the other warning related to transmission. It's very strange. Anyway, it's due to the battery. So if you have the same situation, don't be panic, just replace the battery. Connecting the car battery, please always connect the positive first, then the negative, and in case of disconnecting, the negative first and then the positive. And guys, this is the cable you have to pull in case if you want to move the car from parking position to neutral position for towing, or in case of any other emergency. Park sense unavailable warning is still there. I don't know how to get rid of that. I will try to get an OBD, which is a good one, which is especially for Jeep, and try to reset it. That resetting and sorting out that problem will be in the next video. Thank you for watching.